Dee 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 dee. Keto living is the life for me. Coffee, cooking, and recipes. Spending my days with my doggies. So be a sport. Set your alarm for Wednesdays for the Warden's Report.
Happy, oh look, I got somebody jumped in there. Happy new week of the Warden Report. It is Wednesday. You see Sam back there. Of course, he had to get his toy. It was so cute. One quick story here. Last night, he just gets these playful moods, right? And he got out one of his furry toys. It was like I think it was supposed to be like a bird of prey. I'm trying to think. Oh, what was the bird? Anyways, it was a bird toy. Vulture. Anyways, he got this vulture, right? And then he just kind of tossed it. And was like, yeah, whatever. And he was just walking around. So I grabbed this little vulture. It's like the size of my hand. And I put it on my lap. And I started like petting it. And just going, oh, you're so sweet. And petting it. And he was just staring at me like, how, what? You're petting that? And I kept petting. And then I like honked it a little. And he's just staring at me. Like directly eye contact with me. And I'm petting. And all of a sudden he jumps up on the couch. Grabs the vulture. Turns around. And then just lays down with his head on top of the vulture. Like, no, this is mine. It was so cute. If only I could have filmed it, y'all. It was hilarious. So if you are new here, I'm the Warden. This is the Warden Report where I share everything that's going on basically in my life, how I'm getting to a healthier person, and usually grocery hauls. So I've been trying to do a budget grocery haul every week. So this week will be a little different because it is Thanksgiving tomorrow. I cannot wait to see everybody's delicious Thanksgiving meals. And I'm loving all of the pictures, y'all. Really, we like put out there, hey, we want to see your pictures, and y'all are coming through. I am loving the food. And even though I've been fasting, right, they look delicious, and I'm like, wow, that looks really good. Like, I can't wait to have something like that. So, yes, I am loving it. And then, yeah, I'm just going to go over what's going on. It is, again, Wednesday morning, a little after 11. I've got my coffee here. So in my coffee, I do put some MCT oil, a little bit of butter, and I am doing heavy whipping cream just because we have it. So I'm doing pretty well with that. No sweetener, just having it like that, enjoying the coffee. It's so good, especially it suddenly got really cold. And like we're talking highs in the 60s, lows in the 40s. Oh, in heaven. But last night, there was a couple times Heath and I woke up and he was like, ooh, it's a little chilly. So we had to use our body warmth. And yeah, so I was like, okay, we changed out, you know, the sheets and everything. How often do you change your sheets? We do it about once a week. And we changed out the blanket as well because Sam had jumped on the bed and was rolling all around it on the old blanket, which is a really nice quilt that his aunt actually made for us. And it's just this huge quilt. Like, she says it's a king-size quilt, but it's like an oversized king quilt. Like, that was so much work and beautiful craftsmanship. Like, you could tell that she's been doing this for decades. And I absolutely love it. Like, I love handmade quilts as it is. Like, I have several old quilts. Like, I have one that is actually dated 1934. I found at some like estate sale and I was like, oh, I have to have it. I'm like a very, like, I love vintage linens. Anybody else like vintage linens? I just enjoy that. So when I would go to estate sales and garage sales, but mostly estate sales, because sometimes the garage sales, a little iffy there, but the estate sales, like, I found some great quilts. And then I have one that my great grandmother made. However, it's kind of on its last leg. Like the the binding or the trim around it is completely gone. Some of it has rips in it and so forth. So kind of sad, because that was probably made like, I don't know. It might have been actually a little bit later, because I think my mom said that she might have made it for when my brother was a baby. I don't know. Maybe before then. Maybe it was her uncle that was a baby. I don't know. Anyhow, I know it's old, and it's a nice quilt too, but his aunt that made this, it is so warm, and it's really thin, but I'm telling you, it is the warmest quilt. And the stitching she did, and she did double-sided, so one side is one look and the other side's another. It is so nice. So since it is super warm, the one we have on there, yeah, I mean, it's a blanket, but it's not warm, right? I probably got it like at Target or something. It's a pretty quilt, right? It's like teal color, which I love that color. So anyway, so we're washing the big quilt so that then we can use that tonight and stay nice and toasty warm all night, because it's supposed to get even colder tonight. And then I've got my fuzzy on again. I did wash it, y'all, so it's been washed. But just enjoying that. Got my slippers on. Got my little space heater. We're avoiding turning the big heater on, so I'm just using the little space heater. But I'm feeling very toasty warm right now, especially now I've got coffee in me. I finished my water this morning. And yeah, everything's going great. And yes, I am still fasted. I know some people will be like, no, you put butter and heavy cream, you're not fasted. Anyhow, it works for me. I'm deciding if I'm going to break it today or not. I don't know. I feel so good. I know some people have trouble with fasting. And I know before, like when I first started keto, I actually did, like I've always done pretty well or felt pretty well on a fast. And I did like a 5-day fast, 6-day fast before. And one time I did a really long fast. It was a 5-day fast, and it just like completely messed everything up. But I think it was because I wasn't following like Dr. Mindy Pell's method, like when you're supposed to do it in a woman's cycle. And I think I did it incorrectly, and it really messed with my hormones because of that. So yeah, be careful if you are doing extended fast. So anything over 24 hours, especially if you're a woman. Now, men are different, you know, men. But women, you know, just be cognizant. You know, of course, if you're already past that age and you don't have a monthly cycle, then you do have more leeway. But if you still have a cycle, really pay attention to that, because otherwise, yeah, again, it did really mess up my hormones, because I didn't know any different back then. I was following some man who said, oh, fast whenever, and I just did it. And again, I had had success before, but then that one time I didn't, and I think that's what happened is I probably did it like the week before, and it just really jacked things up. So, personal opinion, you know, N equals 1. However, I do know that, you know, now that I have been following Mindy Pell's and following her fasting methods of, you know, you really want to change things up. You don't want to always be OMAD. You don't want to always be doing, you know, 18-6. You don't, basically what I'm hearing, you know, not just her, but other people, is you don't want to have the same thing all the time for your body, eating at the same times, doing the same exercises, eating the same way all the time. Like, you need those variations. And I could tell by doing that these last few months, I have really shown significant improvement. Even my coach, when I checked in last week, she was just like so impressed. She's like, looking back over the last 3 months, she goes, you know, you're overall, you know, you're continuing to lose weight. You're kind of, if you average it out, you're actually a little bit above like the average recommended weight loss, which, you know, they recommend that you lose about 0.5 to 2 pounds a week, y'all. So to keep it where your metabolism isn't going to tank, and to keep, you know, everything healthy and going, weight loss is slow. So she's like, you know, you're doing great on that. And I'm feeling great. So yeah, I'm a little over 3 days fasted, and I'm just feeling really good. So I don't know. Here's my problem. Honestly, because of Heath, he of course doesn't ever really fast. I mean, he doesn't do anything over like a 12-hour fast. So he made Texas chili last night. I love chili. And he did 3 meats. So it was brisket, chorizo, and ground beef. And it was kind of my suggestion. I was like, no, we need to do chorizo too. So he did those, that smoked brisket. He took all the leftovers and then combined it with the other 2. And then just did some seasoning and some jalapenos. No tomatoes, none of that. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I was like, oh my gosh, it smells so good. And he ate it, and I'm just like sitting there drinking my sparkling water and going, oh, it smells so good. I bet it tastes so good. So I'm deciding. I'm like, I've come so far. I mean, I know tomorrow with Thanksgiving, like, it's totally going to be a feast day. And even Mindy Palace put out a thing saying, you know, hey, remember, with fasting, there is feasting. So you want to have those cycles. And I'm like, I know tomorrow we're going to be feasting. So, like I already said, I might get up and just make a chili omelet. And then, you know, we have the prime rib. And I have a couple of sides I want to make.
From office.
Oh, no. And, sorry, I was reading somebody's text. And so, we'll just see. We'll just see. I'm deciding. I don't know. I just feel really good. I feel very energetic, and I can go, 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 go. And I think that's just a good sign, right? Always pay attention. Again, if you are going to fast, always listen to your body. That's what it comes down to. Like, at any point, if I am feeling woozy or sick or nauseous or something, and I drink some water and I take some electrolytes and it's just not getting better, then yeah, break your fast. It's okay. There's no award for fasting. Believe me, there's nothing. You don't get any award. You don't get any kind of recognition for fasting. So don't feel like you have to or distress yourself more if you're going to do it. Like, honestly, y'all. Only do it if you're feeling good. Like, I feel amazing. And I don't know if y'all can tell the energy level I have. If you have that, great. If you're not feeling good, like, I know Heath says it would not be good for him. He can feel it. And I know Renee also, she said before, no, she can't fast, right? And there's some people, that is fine. Again, you have to listen to your body and do what feels good for you. I'm doing this for me. I feel good with it. I think part of it is because I am so overweight. My body is probably like, wow, we've got so much fuel stored. Like, we're good to go. Let's just keep going because we got it all in here. We are, like, our storage is so packed. We're good to go. Like, we're set for winter. And I think that's probably why I do better with it, because my body's just like, yeah, like, oh, we checked the storage. We're good. We're good. You keep on, girl. And so just listening to that and doing that. And then probably when I do break my fast, I have some broth and I'll add some gelatin to that. And then I'm going to start with my kefir and then go from there. And I'll probably put some garlic in the broth because garlic is a prebiotic, just to kind of start feeding those things in there. And of course, I'll have my avocados and lots of other things. So, we'll probably talk later. Okay, y'all, I decided to break my fast. So, a little over an hour ago, I had this mug full of broth with some gelatin, turmeric, a little, garlic and seasoning. Drank that, haven't had any issues. Then I had some kefir about 15 minutes ago. And then now's the main dish. So, I've got my sauerkraut and kimchi, plus a half an avocado. And then this is that 3-meat chili that Heath made. So it is leftover brisket, ground beef, and chorizo. And then I topped it with some sharp cheddar cheese, actually it's yellow onion, jalapeno, some green onion, and bacon, because why not add another meat? And then to drink, I've got this Waterloo spiced apple. And yeah, doesn't that look good? So excited. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We are starting our day with a true feast. So I have made flaxseed pancakes. And then in there are pecans. Topped it with some butter and Lakanto syrup. I got a sausage and a few slices of bacon. And of course, I've got my coffee, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving dinner. Now, I did drink some kefir. Got to get my kefir in. But what we got for our Thanksgiving meal, or shall I say Steaksgiving, we have that prime rib that Heath smoked. I think it just turned out perfect. And then I made bacon and Brussels, and that was done on the smoker. And then I also made green bean casserole, and I just took some of that yellow onion, fried it up, and then I made the gravy, which had mushrooms and also some onions, because why not? Green beans, and then I added heavy cream and some butter, and a little bit of the Swiss Gruyere cheese. We had like maybe a fourth of a cup left, so added that in. Looks really good, y'all. And then this is the collab video, which is the sweet potatoes that we also roasted in the smoker. And then I made this chili cranberry glaze. It turned out really good, so there's some more. And then I wanted to show the green bean casserole. I think that turned out really good. And I finished it in the air fryer. Happy Friday! It has been a very busy day because I am working and we're very short staffed. Like less than half the people are here today. So just been going since I got here. It is 2:43, just now having lunch. So what I've got here is a couple Pernell sausage with some cheese and some of our fermented hot sauce. It's so freaking good. And then I've got some leftovers of my green bean casserole, one little tiny bit of a sweet potato with the cranberry on it. And on the side here, you kind of see my sauerkraut and kimchi, plus an avocado, with it, which also has a little bit of olive oil and hot sauce. And that's lunch. It is Saturday afternoon, and I am having my first meal of the day. I'm going to tell y'all, I actually slept most of the day, but what I'm having is our leftover quiche. Burned it slightly in the air fryer trying to reheat it, but it's fine. And then I've topped it with some avocado. And I made this kind of a cranberry salsa. Just tried it out. And then I've got a couple olives, my sauerkraut, and my kimchi. And that's lunch today before we get ready for the cook-along tonight. So I won't be filming that, but it's a cook-along. If you want to know more, hit that join. Happy Monday. Wow, this is the last week of November. Y'all, look how quick this year is almost over. What have we got? Basically 4 weeks. Well, this week and 4 weeks. And then we're on to 2024. So, what are your, let me adjust that, sorry. What are your goals for 24? Like, start thinking of those, right? You don't have to list them all right now. But, hey, if you want to list a couple goals that you have for 24, then go ahead and do that. Maybe it'll inspire others. And then I'd like to see and maybe add another goal to my list. I like this. My work sister said her boyfriend, and I like this terminology. Instead of saying, you know, he's going to quit or his resolution is to not drink anymore. He just, starting today, like he's not even waiting, right? He's like, you know what? I know this is an issue. I'm going to start it now. I finished the last of his Fireball. And he's like, okay, I've finished that bottle. Not buy another bottle. From here on out, my new campaign is to not drink. And that word kind of campaign, right? I kind of like that. It's like, instead of saying it's my resolution or this is my goal, like I'm going to make a campaign, right? To me, that ushers in like, hey, I'm shouting this. I'm getting everybody to support my campaign. I'm going to make this campaign great. This is going to end in a victory campaign, right? And it's kind of like, you know, with campaigns, it's not boom, everything's going to be smooth and you're not going to have any problems and it's just going to be immediate. Like, you know, with the campaign, you got to get on those streets. You got to start. It might be a rough beginning, right? Because you got to get that going. It might be rough to start. And you might have struggles along the way, but guess what? You're in campaign there. You know, in the end, this is what you want to achieve. So you're going to be like, yeah, I might have a struggle. I've got my supporters here. My supporters, like the HungryHorde, are your supporters. My supporters are here, and they're going to help me move on. So I just like that terminology. Tell me what you think. I think that's a good thing to say. My campaign for 2024, or my campaign starting now, is blah, 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 right? I like that. Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear it. For me, right now, so I started to think ahead, right? I've been watching these financial channels. I'm just trying to become more financially savvy. You know, I do work for a bank, going on 2 years at this bank. And, I mean, I have a lot of history over a decade working with 401ks and pensions. So, and I really love working on those. Like, I really enjoy 401ks and pensions. And now I feel like, a vast knowledge when it comes to CDs and HISAs, which are high yield savings. Pretty soon, I know we're going to start on IRAs. So, I'm excited about that as well. So just expanding that knowledge. I'm always someone who loves to learn new things, especially anything, I guess, financial, math related. I always enjoyed math. That was my favorite subject. I know a lot of people it's not, but it was always my favorite, was math and, you know, finances and stuff. I always did really well with that. Like when I was young and throughout my 20s, I was really good financially, like pretty financially savvy. I don't know what happened. The last, I don't know, 8-9 years, I think I just went a little crazy. And, you know, then there was other things that happened and it just kind of snowballed from there. I definitely learned from those lessons though. I think I just got a little too comfortable being like, oh, I could spend whatever I want, and not really looking at the overall picture. Yeah, I definitely made some financial errors in the last, I would say, 5 to 8 years. At one point when Heath and I first got married, like we were just living off of one of our incomes and saving the other income, which did come in handy, believe me. But then we just made some bad decisions, right? I'm sure a lot of us have been there. If you haven't, way to go. That is awesome. If you are that financially secure and savvy where you've avoided making the mistakes, I mean, that's an ultimate goal to be able to say that. But yeah, we definitely did. But we are on the right track now, is how I feel. I think we are, like, I already kind of knew, and I kind of knew when it was going on. I was like, this isn't the smartest thing, Shelly. And I was just like, oh, well, YOLO, right? And then it, you know, it all catches up with you. And I think Heath was a little more resistant because I don't think he's ever had anyone explain to him finances, right? Like, before me, he was like, oh, I don't know about a 401k. I was like, well, all these different employers, didn't you put money in a 401k? It's like, no. So, like, nobody's ever taught him any of that. And, you know, I don't know how financially savvy his parents were. Like, I've never heard them discuss it. So, if they haven't discussed it, they probably never discussed it with him. And so, he just didn't know, right? He was just like living basically paycheck to paycheck. And, you know, sometimes, of course, struggling, not even being able to make it to the next paycheck. So he's definitely struggled a lot as an adult. And I think part of that is not having that financial knowledge, not understanding how finances work and how basically you got to save, you got to plan things out, you got to budget things. You know, it just wasn't there. And so when we first got together, you know, I was teaching him some of it, but then, yeah, we did get really lax. And I think we just thought, oh, we've got so much, but then, you know, things happen. So now, you know, when I've been explaining to him different things, and he's always said I'm just the most frugal person, right? And he likes that. Well, now he's starting to see, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, we do need to budget more. Oh, I see the benefit of this. You know, yeah, let's do that. Okay, yeah, we got to kind of just not buy anything you want at the whimsy of you, right? Like really think it through, that kind of thing. So I think he's coming along there. And, you know, like he's finally acknowledged, like, yeah, why are we going out to eat, right? So he's going through and he's coming along. I'm learning a lot. And so long story short, a lot of the financial channels I listen to are starting to talk about, okay, you know, now that the year is coming to an end, you really want to recap, you know, how's the year been? What changes do you need to make for 2024? You know, are you at a place where you get a Roth IRA so you get that credit this year? Do you want to do an itemized return, or do you do the standard deduction? Like trying to think of all those things coming up and what you could do now that you have time at the end of the year to kind of prep for that, such as the IRA, or if you have any flexible spending. And note to you, if you have a flexible spending account, it's a use it or lose it. So try to use all those funds out before the end of the year so you don't lose that money. I mean, it's your money. Don't lose it. So different things like that. And so, you know, yeah, I think that's good to have that kind of knowledge of what's going on, kind of seeing into the future, what you could do, and what did you do over this past year that worked really well? What do you need to improve on? That kind of stuff, right? So that's good to know. And with it being Monday, so yes, I am having my coffee. Well, let me put there's Heath right there. So, and that is available. You get the same mug down below in our, I think it's Shop Tree, something like that. But anyways, our merch, you can get the same one. I like it because it's a screw lid. I don't know why companies don't want to do screw lids anymore. Like, so many of them, they're just the suction lids. And it's like, what's the opposition to screw-on lids? Like, to me, the little suction ones, they wear out. And I know people have told me, well, you just buy a new lid. But, like, I don't want an ongoing expense. I want a one-time purchase. So I love the screw lids, and that's why, like, the water bottle I got is also a screw lid. I can make a very inappropriate comment. If you're with me, you know what I'd say. So, yeah, so I'm having my coffee. Let me just get out of the after dark area. So I'm having my coffee. It is Monday. It is 10:30. Oh my gosh. Got to get busy here. Got a lot of stuff to do. So yesterday was Sunday. I fasted. I did a water fast. So I like to do every once in a while, you know, a couple times or so a month, just a straight water fast for at least 24 hours. I just feel like that's good to just have just pure water, let the body work through, get out everything, and, you know, not have any intake, you know, no coffee, nothing, just water, right? So I like to throw those in there. So it's actually about 36 hours now, and I'm having my coffee, which to me, when I do those water fast, when I have that first cup of coffee, I'm like, this is the best tasty drink in the world. Like, it just tastes so good. So that is one thing. Doing those water fasts makes me appreciate my coffee even more. And yes, so in my coffee, I've got, of course, my MCT oil. I am working. And I've got a little bit of butter and a little heavy cream. So I know some people are like, oh, that's breaking it fast, but I'm good. I keep it low. But yeah, I'm enjoying that. And I would like to do the water fast usually on a Sunday, because then I'm not working, right? I'm just maybe doing stuff around the house, so I don't need to have anything to like amp up my energy. You know, I'll be fine. So, but on a Monday or during the week, it is nice to have coffee, especially with the MCT, you know, when I'm working and everything, it really helps. So, yeah, that's what's going on for Monday. Can't wait to see how your week is going now that officially we're over Thanksgiving, and now it's the countdown to the winter holidays. So I know we have people who celebrate Yule, winter solstice, Christmas, all the various holidays in between. I know there's several more I'm missing. I think, like Maitreya, Radical Geek, said there's something like 20 different holidays. So whatever holiday you celebrate, I know now it's the countdown. So excited. And then I like to hear people share, you know, what holiday you enjoy and what do you do for that holiday? What does it involve? So I'll check in with you probably tomorrow. It is Tuesday already, and look what I got here. Sorry, there's some on the outside. This is my kefir, and I mixed in some blueberries. It was a little sour this time. I think my milk is kind of on the edge. But anyways, so I mixed in some blueberries and some cinnamon and a little bit of maple stevia. Just kind of give it a flavor. So now it's good. Not so sour. And yeah, so that's what's going on today. Just busy at work. Sam over there sniffing or something. So yeah, I'll show you. I am currently got simmering I can't say like, it's not a huge pot. It's just a saucepan of soup. So what I did, I didn't have time to record because I was rushing on my break. But what it is, I took a couple Purnell sausage, cooked those, and then like chopped that up. Then I took 3 slices of bacon in nice sized chunks, like chip size. Then I added a portobello mushroom, or the baby bella rather, a little bit of yellow onion, a little bit of carrot because we've got them, but not even a half of a whole carrot, just a little bit. And then, let's see, oh, a couple of spoonfuls of the cilantro salsa from Sam's. And then added some cream cheese. And then plus there was all of that bacon fat and sausage fat all in there with the cream cheese. I did chicken broth because that's what I have. And then added in some herbs de Provence. That's very savory to me. A little bit of flat irons, ghost pepper seasoning, and some ancho chili powder as well. Mix it all together, and it's been simmering for a couple hours, so I'll be having that for my lunch, along with, I think I'm going to do like a small sweet potato, some avocado, and some fermented foods. And here's that soup I was telling y'all about. I like a very brothy soup. Let me know, what kind do you like? Do you like brothy or very thick and creamy? Like Heath really enjoys a bisque or a stew, but I love these brothy soups. So yeah, that's the soup. You can see the cream cheese is in there just a little bit. Oops. Just enough to like add a little bit of creaminess to it. And then on the side here, so I've got a little sweet potato. You see how small it is compared to my small or mini avocados. So what I put in here is a lot of butter. I think 2 tablespoons of butter for this little one. And then the seasoning is actually a new seasoning that I'm trying to develop for our channel members that I'll be sending out probably this month. So we're going to see. I'm trying to make it to where it's not a sweet. It could be either or. Let's put it that way. And then I've got my avocado here, and inside are calabrate chilies. It's actually like fermented chilies. I got them at Trader Joe's, so I was really excited. And then I've got a couple olives, a little bit of pickled onions, and then I've also got the sauerkraut and the kimchi. And yeah, that's my lunch. All right, it is dinner, and we made this on the Blackstone. It's a skillet pizza, and I just put, pepperoni, some cheddar cheese, mozzarella, jalapenos, onions, mushrooms, lots of pepperoni, a little bit of marinara, and then I've got my sauerkraut and kimchi on the side. I just love that stuff with everything now. And then what we're doing today, so I mentioned earlier on the sweet potato, that spice blend I made. Now I'm trying it on wings, and then I topped or glazed it with that cranberry glaze from Friday night. Well, wait, was it Friday night? When did we make that cranberry glaze? Oh, I think it was the newest video, the collab video. So that cranberry glaze we put on sweet potatoes. I put it on the wings plus the new seasoning I made up. I'm trying this seasoning. I want it to be something that is versatile, that if you want it to be sweet, then you just add some sweetener. If you want it to be savory, it's savory. So that's why we're trying it on wings now. It was great on the sweet potato earlier. So I'm excited to see how it tastes on the wings. And then, of course, to drink, I've been loving this Waterloo spiced apple. I might have to get me more of that one. It's so good, y'all. Well, this concludes another week of the Warden Report. I hope you enjoyed this week. Sam's saying hi. Say hi, buddy. Delilah's right here in front of me. Oh my goodness, y'all. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you like seeing Sam, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you enjoy this content and you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe. I put out a video every week, and then we also put out recipe videos. And then my husband, HungryHeath, talks about his MS journey. So we have a lot of interesting content, I think, on this channel. What's that? Oh. Huh. So I hope everybody has another wonderful week. We're past Thanksgiving now, so gearing up for the end of the year holidays, and then starting 2024. So we'll see you then. Have a great one, and stay tuned to see all of our wonderful channel members. Thank you all so much for your continued support. We really appreciate you. Bye.